when we saw this, we thought maybe things are a little bit different.
We were aware that the whole of the country were about to embark on a journey, but what that journey was going to be or how big it was going to be, I don't think anyone could have predicted.
Rupert's career has been marked by gambles. He's virtually pushed all the chips into the centre of the table.
The FA Premier League, live, only on Sky. It's a whole new ballgame.
Football is the greatest entertainment of all time, but it wasn't being represented that way. What we had to do was market it properly. Make people realise the FA Premier League was not the same. For us, this was like make or break.
The multi-million-pound injection from Sky would have an immediate impact. The money would be shared between 22 teams, but not equally. The higher up the league table a side finished, the more money they'd get.
Good afternoon, everyone. A new league, even a different button to push on your television set for all lovers of this marvellous game, especially when players of this pedigree are involved.
Founder members Manchester United should have been amongst the favourites. But after 6 years in charge, Alex Ferguson had failed to win a league title. The fans were losing patience.
The club just had one theme, and that was to go and win the Premier League title.
Dennis, keep playing football!
He listened to the boss. He knew he needed it. You could see it in his face.
Well, the fans were ambivalent about Ferguson up to that point. I mean, he'd come down from Scotland, having had this extraordinary record with Aberdeen, but he'd been at United then for what, nearly 6 years, and we still hadn't won the league.
Manchester United will be expected to win titles.
I was going to say, it's just about the only thing that your predecessor, Ron Atkinson, didn't do, and he's almost been branded a failure after 5 years. I mean, that in itself does sum up the magnitude of the job you've taken on, doesn't it?
We hadn't won the league since 1967. Every year that went by, it got more and more difficult. The tension grew. So by the time we got to 92, it became a big... like a monster. It was hanging over us. Of course, he was under enormous pressure. I mean, we used to receive a lot of letters from supporters complaining that Alex wasn't the right man. He'd come from Scotland, he hadn't got experience of the English league and all the rest of it.
Around that time, Fergie's football was dire, it was really poor. So it came to me one night that I should take the bed sheet off the bed and get some black paint out the shed and paint a banner expressing my feelings. The banner said, 3 years of excuses and it's still crap, ta-ra Fergie. Most of the crowd cheered and applauded as they saw it, and Fergie called it his darkest day in football. The overriding feeling, though, was still sadness that I'd had to do it and I wanted to do it, and that United was still playing poorly.